Hey, my name is Jonathan, and I am doing an awkward vlog right now. This vlog is for all those who are very concerned about the environment. Hey, Jazala, I'm doing a vlog right now. Can you go? Come back in like 2 minutes, okay? Right. Yeah. Because this is a little bit of a serious topic. But I went talk to people who are really concerned about the environment and concerned about global warming, concerned about climate change. I personally call it climate crisis, because that's what it is. But I have good news for people who are concerned about the environment, who are concerned about the climate. God, because I believe in God, will make a way of escape for Mother Earth. God will save Mother Earth in a very, very powerful way. And I want to let you know how God told me He will save the environment. So if you're concerned about the environment, God has made a way of escape, because it says in the book of Jeremiah in the Bible, I have plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Because if you're aware of the science behind climate and the climate crisis, it's going to be very bad. First, let me give you some of the science that I learned in class today in environmental geography about the science behind the bad news related to climate crisis. Okay. Over the last history of the past 650,000 years, carbon dioxide has never been above. There's some hot girls over there. I don't know what I've been feeling really horny today. Also, like, okay, I'm at a park. Yeah, those really two hot girls. Anyway, climate, global warming, hot girls. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, let me take this seriously. For the past 650,000 years, carbon dioxide has never been above 300 ppm, 300 parts per million within the environment. So I saw this chart today that it was just completely off the map of how bad CO2 is today, and it's just very obvious that throughout human history there has been climate change, but not like it is today. It's never been beyond 300 ppm for carbon dioxide. And so it's obvious, it's off the charts for carbon dioxide. It's obviously man-made contribution to climate change. And so it's not natural. This climate change that's happening now is not natural. And there will be a cumulative effect. Feeling self-conscious now. There's two hot girls walking that way. So cumulative effect because of methane. So because of carbon dioxide warming up, the greenhouse effect. The permafrost, for example, in the Arctic is going to warm up and release all this methane, and methane is worse than carbon dioxide. So there's a cumulative effect that will cause catastrophic climate change, meaning flooding. Like entire Bangladesh will be flooded, not to mention all the islands in the Pacific will be flooded, mass flooding, like the whole country will be flooded. There will be no more Bangladesh, for example. And severe drought in other places. And like for every 1 degree Celsius the Earth warms up, 10% of crops are devastated, and like by the climate scientists are predicting by the end of the 21st century, the Earth will have warmed up by 8 degrees Celsius, so that's 80% of the world's crops are gone, causing mass starvation. And so it's going to be very bad what's going to happen. So like in the United States, we're only 4.5% of the world's population, but we have the highest per capita of carbon dioxide, and it's 28% of the world's carbon dioxide are from the United States of America. And like only 5 only like 5% of the world's population, and we consume 25% of all that is consumed, because climate change and climate crisis is based on consumption. And policies are not changing, whether we have Republicans or Democrats. It does not matter. The U.S. will not change policy. And we have this world view of consumption, and consumption is just devastating the planet. And so it's because it's in the mind, because it's a worldview, we're not going to change the American worldview of consumption. Because all Americans want to do is, we have this worldview, this lifestyle of Americans of just consuming everything, is because we are spiritually empty people. And the result of being spiritually empty, we are very materialistic people. We just consume so much. And that's not going to change. The United States will not change in their level of consumption. And so that is where God steps in. And because, okay, it's going to cool out here. Like a year ago, God gave me a vision and showed me that in the not too distant future, there's going to be a catastrophic event in the United States of America. There will be a very severe earthquake down the New Madrid fault line. That will cause the entire North American continent to cave in, and the Gulf of Mexico will flood, and the United States of America will be literally wiped off the map as a result of this. All this fracking is going to cause a massive earthquake. Hydraulic fracturing, as a result of natural gas, is going to put so much pressure on the New Madrid fault line that the entire North American continent is going to fold, and there will be no more United States of America in the not too distant future. And it sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually a very good thing, because there was all of this consumption. There's two hot girls over there. Fuck, I'm so horny right now. Oh. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I'm trying to say is like, because God will destroy the United States of America, there will be no more consumption. The level of consumption will have plummeted, so that God will save the planet. God will show the world that He exists and that God cares about the environment by destroying the United States of America through a very severe earthquake. So that's all I wanted to say. So that's what's going to happen. God will show that He is a person that cares about the environment, that God cares about climate crisis. God cares about global warming. And He will show He cares by destroying America. And consumption will plummet, and people will start to consume less as a result of, and God will give the mantle of democracy to Russia, and Russia will be the ones that will save the entire world from an economic collapse. Because this economic collapse that will be caused by this earthquake, God destroying the United States of America through a severe earthquake, the entire United States of America being split in half, this earthquake will just cause consumption to plummet. And God will save the environment, because God cares about the poor. And that's another reason why God's going to do it, is because of Americans' consumption. Americans' huge consumption is causing so much social injustice globally, because as U.S.-based multinational corporations are stealing the natural resources from developing countries, enslaving these people in developing countries, and basically causing all this poverty and causing all these wars in developing countries. These wars are related to these U.S.-based multinational corporations extracting natural resources, and it's causing so much bloodshed. So God will show He cares about the poor, and God will show He cares about climate change. That's all I want to say. I'm not sure what else I want to say. Like, seriously, I'm so horny right now, and I feel awkward saying that. But I want to say you're awesome, and I love you so much, and seriously, you are a very special and precious person. And have a good night.